is low in the dirt, even the count at 1-1 to Rosso. Again, hot, windy day here at Dobbins Stadium. Wind blowing out towards left field and the parking structure. Here's Blazes 1-1. Curveball hit to the right side slowly. Laura able to corral it. Steps on first for the out. One away for the Gales as Rosso goes down. Edward House will be the second batter for the Gales. Sophomore second baseman hitting .317 on the year. Started 42 of the 43 games for the Gales. Has 12 doubles on the year and 4 home runs with 30 RBIs. Slugging .478 on the year. Here's the first pitch from Blaze. It'll be a fastball, misses outside for ball 1. House steps out, gets the signs from the third base coach, gets back in. Blaze, here's the 1-0. Fastball inside. Check swing by House. Move the bat a little bit. But count goes to 2-0 to the second baseman for the Gales. Blaze digs in his glove again, working quick. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, in there for strike 1. So 2-1 is the count to Edward House, sophomore for the Gales. Here's a 2-1 from Blaze. Pitch swung on, tapped towards the first base line, but it'll go foul near the third base coach's box. So count even back up at 2-2 here in the top of the first inning. Blaze gets a sign from Diaz. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And it'll be a fastball. Bit outside, a little low, so I'll move the count full to 3-2. As House steps out, takes a couple practice swings. Readjusts the batting gloves, steps back in. Blaze digs in. Here's the full count offering. And we swung on and hit into right field, and the Gales are on the board first with their first hit. So 1-out single for Edward House brings to the plate 3-hitter third baseman Zach Kirtley. Kirtley hitting .281 on the year, started all 43 games for the Gales, 31 RBIs and 3 home runs. Slugging .425 on the year, 35 walks against 27 strikeouts. Blaze, first batter from the stretch, kicks and deals. Fastball just missing on the outside corner. House, not much of a threat to run over at first base. Only 2 stolen base attempts on the year. Only safe 1 of those 2 times. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It'll be a ball in the dirt, so 2-0 goes the count again. Second hitter in a row. Blaze has gone 2-0. Battled back to work the count full before House deposited a single into right field. So Blaze comes set. Throw over to first just to check on House over there. Nothing doing. The Aggies in their blue uniforms. The Gales in their red uniforms. Another throw over by Blaze. And the ball tips off Laura's glove but deflects off the first base umpire. Saved a potential extra base for the Gales, as the ball bounced right off the umpire's chest right back to Laura. So 2-0 pitch from Blaze. Swung on, missed by Kirtley. Challenge fastball, and Kirtley swung right through it. Took a big swing and a miss. And that'll move the count to 2-1. As Kirtley steps out, gets some signs from the third base coach. Blaze comes set, checks on. Here's the 2-1 pitch. A fastball low in the dirt, so move the count to 3-1 to the 3-hitter Zach Kirtley. Kirtley steps back in, expecting a big swing here on 3-1. Here's Blaze's 3-1 offering, and it'll be a fastball missing way outside, and that'll put runners on first and second with 1 out. So the Gales threatening early here in the first. That brings to the plate Kevin Milam.
Now batting designated hitter number 9, Kevin
Milam
Milam.
leads the team in hitting as a freshman. 325, started every game for the Aggies. A designated hitter, has 11 doubles on the year, 9 home runs, 36 RBIs, slugging .571. Does have 27 strikeouts on the year against 18 walks, so Blaze would love to get one here or a ground ball to get out of the inning. As he steps off, readjusts his signs from Diaz. Here's the pitch, and ball in the dirt. It's blocked by Diaz, but it'll skip away, and that will advance the runners, so wild pitch. And that moves both runners in the scoring position now. Runners on second and third for the cleanup hitter of the Gales. So a deep enough fly ball could plate a run for the Gales. Now Blaze pitching for the strikeout will go back to the windup. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And changeup on the outside corner in there for a strike. So even things at 1-1. Milam asking the umpire about that last strike. Seems satisfied with the answer. Blaze gets a sign from Diaz. Quick peek over to House on third. Here's Blaze's 1-1 offering. And is a fastball just missing on the outside corner. Ball 2. So 2-1 goes the count. Blaze, a quick peek over to House. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Curveball fouled off to the right side, so evens count 2-2 now. Milam steps back in. Blaze getting a sign from Diaz. Quick peek over to House, playing a little cat and mouse over there. Here's the 2-2 offering. And seems to be a slider missing on the outside corner, so that'll work count full. As Milam takes another step out to look at third base coach. Milam looking to add to his team high 36 RBIs here with runners on second and third. 1 away here in the top of the first. Here's Blaze's full count pitch, and it'll be swung on, fouled over the Aggie dugout as Blaze threw a looked to be a curveball that ran a little in on Milam. Milam able to get enough on it to foul it away, spoil that full count offering. Step back in. Full count pitch again from Blaze. Here it is. Fastball swung on, hits right field, and it'll get down for a base hit. Hooper cuts it off right near the right field foul line. But both runners will come in to score. So Kevin Milam adds to his team high 36 RBIs and gets 37 and 38 right there.
Now batting the catcher number 24, Jackson Wilson.
As the Gales strike first and take the early 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. That brings to the plate Jackson Thorson, the catcher. Junior hitting .267 on the year. First pitch from Blaze misses high and away for ball 1. Milam not a threat to run at first base either. Only one stolen base attempt on the year was caught stealing. So Blaze can focus more of his attention on Thorson here at the plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And be a ball low and away. So 2-0 goes the count again. And that will bring Diaz out to give Blaze a little talking to calm him down. Pitcher Cameron Neff for the Gales will start the bottom of the first with a lead as Kevin Milam singled down the right field line, able to plate 2 Gale runners and give the Gales an early 2-0 lead. Here's Blaze's 2-0 offering, and is a fastball in the outside corner. Catches the corner, strike one. So 2-1. Blaze comes set. Throw over to first, just to check on Milam. Nothing going on. Two one is the count. One away here in the top of the first. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Blaze. Ball swung on, hit high out near center field, and Aguirre will settle underneath this one for the second out of the inning, as Thorson is retired.
Now batting first baseman number 25, Austin Chauvin.
That'll bring Austin Chauvin to the plate. First baseman, hitting .361 on the year, getting his 16th start of the year. And before we see any pitches to Chauvin, head coach Matt Vaughn will take a trip out to the mound to calm down his starting pitcher. Again, Kevin Milam singled to right field, right near the right field foul line. Plated House and Kirtley, and gave the Gales 2-0 lead to start the ball game here in the top of the first. As home plate umpire Jason Venzen making a trip out to the mound to break up the meeting between Vaughn, Diaz, and Blaze. 2 away in the inning after the fly out to center field by left-handed catcher Jackson Thorson. The lone left-handed batter in the Gale lineup in the 5-hole brings back. So meeting concludes. Austin Chauvin, the first baseman, will step in. Again, sophomore first baseman, hitting .361 on the year. Has 1 home run to his credit, 22 hits, 14 RBIs, and again, 15 games started, 19 games played overall. Here's the first pitch from Blaze, and it's a curveball just missing, maybe a little high, maybe a little inside for ball one. Again, Milam, not much of a threat to run over there at first base. Only 1 attempt on the year. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Blaze. There'll be a fastball missing low again, so 2-0 is the count again as Blaze has fallen behind most of the St. Mary's hitters he's faced so far in this first inning. Blaze comes set. Here's his 2-0 pitch, and it'll be in the dirt, blocked by Diaz. Good job keeping in front, not allow Milam to advance to second. So 3-0 is the count. Chauvin most likely to be taking all the way here. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and in there for a strike as Blaze just gets one in there right down the middle with the fastball. So 3-1. 2 down here in the first inning. Gales plated 2 runs. Here's a 3-1 pitch. And that'll miss high. Peel down the first. No swing, says Gary Frieders. And 2-out walk.
Now batting right fielder number 42, Joe Ranish.
2-out walk issued to Austin Chauvin. That brings to the plate the right fielder, Joe Vranish. Freshman hitting .289 on the year. Has played in 41 games, starting 35 of those. Has 18 RBIs, looking to add to that total. Here in the top half of the first inning. Runners on first and second again for the Gales. Here's Blaze's first pitch. And in there on the outside corner, strike one. So Blaze gets ahead of Vranish. 7th place hitter for the St. Mary's Gales. Blaze comes set. Here's the 0-1. This ball's hit hard to right field. Hooper runs it down and will haul that one in for out number 3. So the Gales 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base.
In the top of the first, the Gales had 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on.
so that will bring the Aggies to the plate, looking to answer back. The Gales 2 in the top of the first inning. Top three hitters for the Aggies due up: Ryan Hooper, the right fielder, Jacob Thomas, the shortstop, and Cameron Olson, the DH. On the mound for the Gales, senior right-hander Cameron Neff, 5.9 ERA on the year, perfect 4-0 record. 8 games started, appeared in 13 overall, 5 1/3 innings pitched. Has given up 56 hits, 37 runs, only 33 of those earned. 38 strikeouts to go against 24 walks. Opponents are hitting .286 against Neff. Doing the catching for the Gales, Jackson Thorson. Across the infield from right to left at first base, Austin Chauvin. At second base, Edward House. Shortstop, Connor Thane, and the third baseman, Zach Kirtley. From left to right in the outfield for the Gales, in left field, Brett Rosso. In center field, Ryan Novus. In center field, Ryan Novus. In right field, Joe Vranish. As throw down from Thorson, will bring Hooper to the plate. Try and get the Aggie offense going.
Starting things off for UC Davis, right fielder, number 8, Ryan Hooper.
Hooper, the redshirt junior out of Camp Lindo High School, hitting .302 on the year, started all 34 games for the Aggies. 35 hits, 4 home runs on the year, 16 RBIs, slugging .474. Here's the first pitch from Neff to Hooper, and Hooper swings and misses. Actually fouls that one off. So Hooper goes first pitch swinging here in the bottom of the first for the Aggies, fouls it off. So 0-1 is the count to Hooper. Neff gets his sign. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And in there for a strike on the outside corner. Fastball with a little two-seam action coming in. Able to nip the outside corner, so Hooper down 0-2 in a hurry. Hooper steps back in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball low and in the dirt, so that'll be taken for a ball. 1-2 is the count to leadoff hitter Ryan Hooper for the Aggies. Here's Neff's 1-2. Another curveball low and in the dirt. Thorson asking for an appeal on the check swing. Home plate umpire Jason Venzen doesn't even check with Gary Frieders, and the count goes to 2-2. Here's Neff's 2-2 pitch to Hooper. Fastball inside, just missing. So that'll work the count full. So Hooper started down 0-2 right away. Works the count back full, 3-2. Super steps back in. Here's the full count pitch from Neff. It'll be swung on and hit hard through the 5-6 hole. And Ryan Hooper gets the first Aggie hit of the day with his single to left field. That will give Hooper a hit in his 10th straight game.
Coming to bat, the shortstop, number 15, Jacob Thomas.
That gives Hooper a 10-game hitting streak on the year, longest by an Aggie so far this season. And now batting is the shortstop Jacob Thomas, senior, transferred from San Joaquin Delta Junior College in Stockton. Here's the first pitch, and Thomas will show bunt and foul it off. Thomas hitting .303 on the year, started 34 games for the Aggies. 40 hits on the year, 7 doubles, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs, .417 slugging percentage. Hooper, 8 of 13 on stolen base attempts on the year. On first base. 0-1 pitch. Before that, we'll have a throw over to check on Hooper. Hooper slides back in. Thomas steps out to pick up signs from third base coach Lloyd Acosta. Step back in. Neff. Here's another throw over. Again, nothing going on, just checking on Hooper. Here's Neff's 0-1 to Thomas. And Thomas shows bunt again. This gets this one down to the third base side. And third baseman picks up and throws the first. So Kirtley over to Chauvin. 5-3 on the sacrifice bunt.
Now batting lead designated hitter number 35, Cameron Olson.
So 5-3 goes Jacob Thomas on the sac bunt. That will advance Hooper to second base and bring to the plate Cameron Olson. Redshirt senior hitting .291. Started 29 games for the Aggies on the year. Team leading 6 home runs. And Olson takes a big cut at that one, fouls it straight back. Olson, 17 RBIs on the year. Love to add to that total. Slugging .509. With a .376 on base percentage. Here's the 0-1 from Neff. Quick peek over, and he'll throw back. Almost picks off Hooper on second base, but Hooper gets his hand in there. Neff comes set. Quick peek over to Hooper. Another peek. Here's the 0-1 to Olson. And in there on the corner, strike 2. So Neff jumps ahead of the designated hitter Cameron Olson 0-2. One away here in the bottom half of the first inning. Gales plated 2 in the top half, lead 2-0. Olson looking to get Hooper in from second base and cut into the deficit. Here's the 0-2 pitch, low in the dirt for ball 1. Good take by Cameron Olson, not chasing that one down low. Neff comes set. Peek over to Hooper. Here's the 1-2 offering. And this ball swung on, hit hard down the right field line. And that'll one-hop the wall. And that will bring Hooper in. Olson digging for second. And he'll have a stand-up double, does Cameron Olson. As that ball was on a frozen rope, one-hops the right field wall. And that will give the Aggies their first run of the game as Cameron Olson trades places. As Hooper and Olson trade places, Hooper comes around to score. Olson with a stand-up RBI double. That'll bring to the plate redshirt sophomore left fielder Ryan Anderson hitting .307 on the year. Anderson, 24 RBIs. Here's the first pitch to Anderson from Neff, and it'll be a fastball in the dirt and low, and the ball landed near the left-handed batter's box. So Olson picks up his 18th RBI of the year. Anderson looking to make it 25 if he can get Olson home here. 1-0 pitch to Anderson. Swung on, ground to the third. Throw over to first to Chauvin from Zach Kirtley, and that'll put 2 down here in the bottom half of the first for the Aggies. And that will bring the catcher Ignacio Diaz to the plate. Diaz, senior catcher, hitting .286 on the year. Started 32 of the 33 games he's played in. Has 32 hits on the year, 1 home run, 14 RBIs, slugging .357 to go along with a .352 on-base percentage. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Here's the first pitch. Diaz, curveball in the dirt, blocked by Thorson. So Olson doubled down the right field line, scored Hooper. Aggies trailing by 1, 2-1. Bottom half of the first inning. Diaz looking to keep the inning alive here with 2 away. And Cameron Olson standing on second base. Neff, quick peek on Olson. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball just missing Diaz on the inside corner. So count moves to 2-0. Neff, another peek on Olson. Fastball in there for strike one. Moves the count to 2-1. Neff comes set. Quick peek on Olson. Another peek. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fastball low in the dirt. Stopped by Jackson Thorson, the catcher for the Gales. And that'll move the count to 3-1 to the senior catcher Ignacio Diaz. Diaz has slugged 5 doubles and 1 home run on the year. 14 RBIs for Diaz. Here's the 3-1 pitch. This ball swung and hit hard to left field. One hopper to the left fielder, and Olson will be held up at third as the ball is hit way too hard for the Aggies to try and test Rosso in left field. So put him at the corners for the Aggies and bring Alex Aguirre to the plate.
Now batting center fielder number 4, Alex Aguirre.
So Aguirre comes to the plate. 2 down, runners at the corners for the Aggies. Aguirre, the redshirt junior, hitting .292. First pitch from Neff is a curveball, big bending curveball in there for strike one. Aguirre, 35 hits on the year, 10 doubles, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. Ignacio Diaz, no stolen base attempts on the year. On first base, Cameron Olson on third. Here's the quick 31 move just to check on the runners, keep them honest on the base paths from Neff. Aguirre, 425 slugging percentage on the year, 393 on base percentage. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Neff. It'll be a fastball missing high, ball one. So evens things at 1-1. Alex Aguirre, redshirt junior out of Menlo Atherton High School. In center field today, here's the 1-1 pitch again, fastball missing high. Aguirre does a lot of moving around for the Aggies, has seen starts at second base, designated hitter, center field, left field, even third base or shortstop. So kind of the Swiss Army knife of the Aggie team. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Neff, and Aguirre shows bunt, pops it up right to the catcher. So Aguirre tries to catch the defense of the Gales napping and pops one up to the catcher. So 1 run, 3 hits, 2 runners left on base for the Aggies.
The Aggies had 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on. Attention fans, it's time to pull out your programs for our first giveaway of the day. The lucky fans holding program numbers 4, 10, 13, 18, and 21 have just won a gift certificate for a free sandwich from Zia's Delicatessen. Please come to the back of the press box to claim your prize. A big thank you to Zia's for supporting UCD athletics. You can find your program number on the front cover in the bottom right-hand corner. And once again, the winning numbers are 4, 10, 13, 18, and 21. Please come to the back of the press box to claim your prize.
So the Aggies able to get 1 run across and cut into that early 2-0 deficit that the Gales put on the first inning. So after 1, Gales lead 2-1, coming back up here in the top half of the second. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Gales. Novus, the center fielder, followed by Thane, then back to the top of the lineup for Brett Rosso.
Now batting center fielder number 20, Ryan Novus.
Ryan Novus, the freshman center fielder, hitting 167 on the year, only playing in his 19th game, 5th start. 4 hits on the year, 3 RBIs. Novus looks to get the Gale offense rolling again. Here's the pitch from Blaze. Fastball missing. Low and away. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Blaze to Novus. Fastball swung on, chopped to shortstop. Here's Thomas, throw over to first, and that'll retire Novus. As Thomas throws over to Laura for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the 9th-place hitter.
Now batting the shortstop number 6, Connor Thane.
Bring up the 9th-place hitter, shortstop Connor Thane. Sophomore hitting 158 on the year. Played in 33 games for the Gales, starting 25. Has 9 hits, 2 doubles, and 3 RBIs on the year. 193 slugging percentage, 222 on-base percentage. Shows bunt. Fastball in there for strike 1, taken. So Blaze jumps ahead of Connor Thane. Lineup will turn back over to Brett Rosso. Here's Blaze's 0-1 pitch. Swung on and hit hard to center field. Now will drop in for a base hit. So Thane hits it back right where it came from and singles to center field. And that will bring up Brett Rosso for his second at bat of the day. Led off the game with a ground out to Laura at first base. Laura kind of mishandled a little with a little bobble, but was able to stay with it and beat Rosso to the base. So 1 away here in the top of the second. Thane on first, Rosso at the plate. Here's the first pitch. Curveball in there for strike 1 from Blaze. And Blaze jumps ahead of another hitter with his big loopy curveball. Blaze's second pitch, swung on and missed. Big swing from Rosso as he swings through a fastball down. That puts him in a 0-2 hole. Thane, no stolen base attempts on the year on first base. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Blaze. Changeup just missing on the outside corner for a ball, so 1-2 as Rosso's able to take that one, missing on the outside corner. Blaze comes set again. Here's the 1-2 pitch and another off-speed pitch, curveball this time low, taken, so it evens things at 2-2 to the leadoff hitter for the Gales, the left fielder Brett Rosso. Junior left fielder out of San Francisco, California. 2-2 pitch is a curveball in the dirt blocked by Diaz to keep Thane over at first base. So that'll move the count to full. As Blaze comes set, here's the full count pitch. And that ball will be low as Thane was off on the full count pitch, but ball 4 as
Now batting second baseman number 28, Edward House.
as Blaze loses Rosso, had him 0-2 to start and threw 4 balls, and the Gales starting again here in the second. Runners on first and second, 1 away, as Edward House steps in for his second at bat of the day. Singled to right field and later came around the score on the Milam single to right field also. So House looking to add to his RBI total, where it stands right now is at 30. Blaze checking, here's the pitch, and it'll be a fastball low, skipping in there from Diaz, able to keep it in front, as House had his hand up trying to ask for time, as Blaze was checking on Thane over at second base. And Diaz, after scooping the fastball out of the dirt, will come out to the mound to talk to Blaze, probably a cross-up on the signs. As House picks up his signs from the third base coach, steps back into the box. Here's Blaze's 1-0 pitch, swung on, hit hard down the right field line. It'll land, and Hooper will corral it right near the right field wall, and one run will come across. Ross will be held up at third as Edward House is able to single to right field for the second time in today's ball game, and he gets an RBI single to make it 3-1 Gales here in the top of the second.
Now batting third baseman number 18, Zach
Kirtley steps in, the third baseman, for looking for more, as Matt Vaughn takes his second trip out to the mound here in as many innings. And that will do it for Matt Blaze here as his day's done early. The new pitcher for the Aggies will be number 45, Daniel Barraza. Redshirt junior from Burbank, California out of Pierce College. As Coach Vaughn early call of the bullpen brings in the lefty Barraza as the Gales are threatening with more.
Now on the mound for UC Davis, number 45, Daniel Barraza.
So Blaze's day is done after just 1 1/3 innings. Blaze gave up 3 runs on 4 hits and is responsible for the 2 runners on second and third. First hitter Barraza will face will be the 3-hitter Zach Kirtley. Kirtley drew a walk against Blaze his first time up and later came around the score after advancing on a wild pitch to second base and came in to score off Kevin Milam's double or single to right field. House 2 for 2 on the day. 2 singles to right field, able to get an RBI on the second of the 2. Barraza throwing in his 3rd game of the year, 3.38 ERA. 2 2/3 innings pitched so far, has given up 5 hits, 5 runs. Only one of those 5 runs was earned. 4 walks with 2 strikeouts. Facing 13 batters. So Barraza looking to eat up a lot of innings and save the Aggie bullpen. As the Aggies, after today's contest, will head down to the Central Coast to take on UC Santa Barbara for a 3-game set starting on May 5th. So Barraza on the mound now. Corners, infielders for the Aggies will be in. Runners on second and third, 1 away. Here's the first pitch from Barraza, and it'll be a ball missing well high and outside. That's Barraza's first pitch. It's a ball. Barraza gets a sign from Diaz. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And in there for strike 1 to Zach Kirtley. Kirtley second on the team with 31 RBIs behind the cleanup hitter waiting in the on-deck circle, Kevin Milam, who has 36. Kirtley with a chance to catch up to Milam if he can plate the 2 St. Mary's runners here with 1 away in the second inning. 1-1 pitch on its way, fastball missing high. So 2-1 goes the count. As Barraza looking to reestablish himself in the strike zone. Comes set, here's the 2-1 pitch, and it'll be a curveball missing high. Seemed to have slipped out of his hand a little right there. As Barraza grabs some dirt off the mound. and wipes his hands on his hat and uniform. So 3-1 is the count to the 3-hitter for the Gales. Zach Kirtley drew a walk in his first plate appearance. Barraza doesn't want to load the bases for the cleanup hitter here in the second. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that one will miss a little high or a little outside, and Barraza does just that as the bases are now loaded for the cleanup hitter, Kevin Milam.
Now batting the DH number 9, Kevin Milam.
Milam got the plated the 2 runs for the Gales in the top of the first with his single to right field. Has a chance for more here with 1 away in the top of the second, bases loaded after Barraza's walk loaded him up for the Gales. Here's Barraza's first pitch to Milam, and that'll be a fastball in there on the outside corner for strike 1. So Barraza, good job getting ahead here on Milam. Milam, freshman from Brentwood, California. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on the third, step on the bag, throw across the diamond, and that'll be a double play. So good job by Barraza inducing the ground ball as Briggs fields it, steps on the bag himself, throws across to Lara, and 5-3 double play, and that ends the Gales' threat in the top of the second.
In the top of the second, the Gales had 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on.
So good job pitching out of trouble by Daniel Barraza. Doesn't allow any other Gale runners to come across the plate and leaves 2 runners on base.
Next weekend, they continue conference play with a series against UC Riverside, Friday, May 12th through Sunday, May 14th. The series begins Friday at 2:30 p.m., followed by games on Saturday and Sunday at 1 p.m. Be sure to catch all the action right here at Gulf Wembley Field. For tickets or more information, visit ucdavisaggies.com.
So Cameron Neff goes looking to go back to work for the Gales. They'll be facing the bottom 3 in the Aggie order. Second baseman Caleb Van Blake will lead things off, followed by first baseman Alejandro Lara and third baseman Cameron Briggs, who came with a huge double play at the end of the top of the first to keep the game at a 3-1 lead for the Gales. Blake looking to get the Aggie offense going to cut into that deficit.
Starting things off for UC Davis in the bottom of the second, second baseman number 6, Caleb Van Blake.
Van Blake stepping in for the first time in today's contest. Sophomore hitting .250 on the year. Started 18 games for the Aggies, 19 hits. First pitch from Neff is in there for a strike, strike 1. So Neff, quick worker on the mound. Gets his sign and right away is back on it. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit hard to right field, and that will be a one-hopper right to the right fielder. So Caleb Van Blake gets on base with his first hit of the ballgame, a hard single to right field, and the Aggies are in business early. Leadoff single.
Coming to bat, first baseman number 18, Alejandro Lara.
Now bring to the plate first baseman Alejandro Lara, freshman, getting his 7th start of the year, hitting .227. 2 RBIs on the year to go along with 2 doubles, 5 hits for the first-year player. First pitch swung on, hit to right field, and right fielder will settle underneath that one, Joe Vranish, as Lara is retired on 1 pitch.
Coming to the plate, third baseman number 13, Cameron Briggs.
So Lara, first pitch swinging, retired for the first out of the inning. Now bring up the 9th-place hitter, Cameron Briggs, sophomore third baseman, getting his 15th start on the year, hitting .240, has 8 RBIs on the year. Here's the first pitch from Neff. Van Blake's on the move. Check swing, in there for strike, and stolen bag by Van Blake as the second baseman for the Gales, Edward House, could not hold on to the throw don't think the throw would have beat him anyways. So Van Blake advances himself to second base. As Briggs now has a runner in scoring position with one away for the Aggies, looking to cut into the St. Mary's lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 1 pitch, and it'll be a bunt pop to the third base side as the throw from Kirtley is wide of the bag, and Cameron Briggs will be in there on first base.
Now batting right fielder number 8, Ryan Hooper.
That will go down as a bunt single for Cameron Briggs, as tough play from Kirtley drew the first baseman Chauvin a little wide of the bag, and Briggs is able to get in there. So runners at the corners, and that'll turn the lineup back over for Ryan Hooper. Hooper singled to left field through the 5-6 hole to start the ball game for the Aggies, and Hooper looking to do some damage here, as the first pitch from Neff is a fastball missing well high. Hooper's 16 RBIs on the year, 4 home runs to his credit, 474 slugging percentage. Looking to add to those totals here as another 31 move shown by Cameron Neff. Hooper extended his hitting streak to 10 games, the longest for an Aggie so far this year. As Hooper's looking to make it 2 for 2 and get the Aggies some runs here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. And the 1-0 pitch is a curveball in there for strike 1 on the outside corner. So evens the count at 1-1 to Ryan Hooper. Kayla Van Blake on third. Stole second base after Lara's pop fly to right field. And advanced on the bunt single by Cameron Briggs. Here's the 1-1. Briggs is on the move. Swing and miss by Hooper. And the catcher, Jackson Thorson, will just arm fake and look Van Blake back at third. So Cameron Briggs to second base on the hit and run attempt. Van Blake's 5 for 5 on the year on stolen bases. Briggs believe will be credited with the stolen base to move to 3 for 4, as the 1-2 pitch is a fastball well upstairs from Neff. So 2-2 is the count to Hooper. Now with both runners in scoring position, Hooper with a chance to potentially tie the game for the Aggies if he can hit a ball to the outfield and drop it in there for a hit. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit to the right side, and that'll plate 1 as 4-3 on the ground out. Hooper with the RBI as Van Blake comes home on the ground ball to Edward House.
At bat, the shortstop number 15, Jacob Thomas.
So Jacob Thomas will come to the plate. 2 gone in the inning for the Aggies. Able to plate across another one. And the lead is now 3-2 for the Gales, with Cameron Briggs advancing the third. Thomas has a chance to tie it up right here if he can find a hole, as the first pitch is swung on and fouled out of play off to the right side. Thomas, his first at bat, the sac bunt to the third baseman. Advanced Hooper after Hooper's leadoff single. Later came around to score off Cameron Olsen's double. So sort of an assist for Thomas, as the second pitch is a curveball in the dirt, check swing, no swing, says the first base umpire. So 1-1, count evens up. There's the 1-1 pitch to Thomas. Curveball in there for strike 2. So another curveball in there from Neff, as he has Thomas 1-2 here in the bottom of the second, looking to strand Briggs over at third. 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung, hit high to the right field side, and right fielder will set underneath that one, Joe Vranish, and that will do it for the Ags here in the bottom of the second.
In the bottom of the second, the
So Briggs stranded at third, but the Aggies able to play across another one to stay within one. As Barraza back out on the mound for the Aggies in the top of the third. Do it for the Gales is the 5, 6, and 7 spots. Catcher Jackson Thorson will lead it off, followed by Austin Chauvin and the right fielder Joe Vranish. For the Gales in the top half of the third inning. So Thorson, the lone left-handed hitter in the Gale lineup, will get his first look at Barraza, the left-hand pitcher for the Aggies, as Barraza's first pitch is just a bit high for ball one. Thorson fly out to center field his first time up. Ball caught a little bit on the jet stream, but plenty of room out here at Dobbin Stadium as Thorson drops down a bunt down the third base line, and Briggs will let it roll foul after it looked like it had a chance, but caught the infield lip and rolled foul. As I was saying, Thorson's first fly ball caught up in the wind here in Davis today. Carried quite deep out to center field, but plenty of room here at center field at Dobbin Stadium, at Phil Swimley Field, and Aguirre was able to camp underneath that one. So 1-1 is the count. Here's Barraza's pitch. Curveball swung on and hit up the middle. Barraza can't get a handle on it, and it goes past him, and Jacob Thomas couldn't get a handle on it either. And that will go down as an error on Jacob Thomas, as the curveball from Barraza got in on the hands of Thorson, and with a lot of spin, Barraza almost fielded it off the fly, but it hit off the mound and picked up some more spin, and Thomas was unable to get a handle on it, and the ball skipped into center field off of Thomas. So first error against the Aggies puts the catcher Jackson Thorson on first base, and the first baseman Austin Chauvin steps in. First pitch from Barraza is a fastball low and away. Chauvin drew a walk his first time up against Blaze. Blaze jumped ahead on Chauvin 0-2 and wound up walking him. So here's the 1-0 pitch. It'll miss high and away. So 2-0 is the count as Barraza falls behind Chauvin 2-0. Three to 2 our score. Top half of the third inning. Gales with a runner on first base, looking to add to their lead. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball missing on the outside corner. So 3-0 is the count to the sophomore first baseman Austin Chauvin, redshirt sophomore, out of San Ramon, California High School. 3-0 pitch. Before that, throw over. Check on Jackson Thorson. Thorson, 4 stolen base attempts on the year, only successful 1 of those 4 times. The catcher, not a major threat to run over there at first base. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Get me over fastball in there for strike 1. So Barraza looking to battle back, down 3-0. Throws the fastball across, make it 3-1. Here's Barraza, quick pitch, and fastball misses high. So runners on first and second now for the Gales here in the third, as Matt Vaughn takes another trip out to the mound, his third trip in as many innings. Wants to calm down Blaze, wants to take out Barraza, and this time Barraza will be out as well. So Matt Vaughn throwing the kitchen sink at the Gales here in So Matt Vaughn goes to the bullpen for the second time in here after the error by Jacob Thomas put Jackson Thorson on.
Now pitching for UCD is number 33, Connor Lord.
After the error by Jacob Thomas put Jackson Thorson on base, a walk issued to Austin Chauvin, and that'll put runners on first and second. No outs here in the top of the third for the Gales, as the new pitcher in for the Aggies is number 33, Connor Lohr. Lohr, 0-1 record on the year, pitching in his 12th ball game, 4.7 ERA. Lohr, a junior right-hander from Danville, California, played his first 2 years at Chabot College. As Lohr looks to get out of the jam here. Again, Daniel Barraza came in the second inning. He's responsible for the 2 Gales runners on base. The first batter to face Connor Lohr will be the right fielder Joe Vranish. Vranish's first at bat, he hit a fly ball to right field that Ryan Hooper was able to track down. So with no outs and runners on first and second, have to be thinking the Gales are going to go for a bunt here and move runners to second and third with hopefully 1 out if they can get the bunt down. But we'll see how they play it against the new pitcher. So 3 pitchers for the Aggies so far in as many innings. As Connor Lohr now on the mound, looking to try and keep the Gales at bay. Keep the lead at 3-2. Lohr getting his signs from Diaz. Vranish stepping in. Here's the pitch. And it'll be a fastball missing on the outside corner, ball 1. So no bunt shown by Vranish as he steps out and gets signs from the third base coach. Jackson Thorson on second base. Austin Chauvin on first base. Connor Lohr, the new pitcher in for the Aggies, down 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And it'll be swung on and singled through the 5-6 hole. And that'll go to left field, and they'll send Thorson home, as it'll not be a throw home. So no bunt by the Gales, as
Now batting center fielder number 20, Ryan Lewis.
as Joe Vranish hits an RBI single to left field, and that plays Jackson Thorson. And first and second again for the Gales, as Chauvin advances to second base. Vranish takes his spot at first, and Thorson comes around, so 4-2 is the Gale lead here in the top of the third. That run will be credited to Daniel Barraza, as he was responsible for him on the way in. Barraza's still responsible for Chauvin out on second base. Lohr will be responsible for Vranish if he happens to score. That will bring Ryan Novus to the plate for the Gales, freshman center fielder, and maybe now the bunt will be on for St. Mary's. Lohr comes set, check on the runner at second. Another check, here's the first pitch, and that'll be a fastball low and in the dirt. So Lore, 2 batters, 2 first pitch balls. As he falls behind again to Novus, the 8th place hitter for the Gales. Here's the 1-0. Fastball low again, 2-0. Novus, 3 RBIs on the year, playing in his 19th game. 5th start, looking to add to his RBI total with runner on second, no outs, 2-0 count against Connor Lore. Here's the pitch, and swung, fouled off the end of the bat towards the Aggie dugout. Again, hot, breezy day here in Davis at Phil Swimley Field at Dobbins Stadium. Aggies trailing 4-2. Gales starting for more. Runners on first and second, no outs. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Lore, and swung on and hit high in foul territory. Diaz looking to have a play on it, but it'll be just over the protective netting right next to the St. Mary's dugout. So 2-2 goes the count against the 8th place hitter, the center fielder Ryan Novus. Novus, a freshman from Tempe, Arizona. Connor Lore worked the count back to 2-2 against Novus. Here's the 2-2 offering. And in there, strike 3, catches him looking. So great job by Connor Lore to get the strikeout. And now 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam.
Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Connor Zane.
So Lore gets Novus to strike out, and he's a ground ball away from escaping the jam with only 1 run across for the Gales. That brings in 9th place hitter, shortstop Connor Thane. Thane singled to center field his first time up off. And Thane drops down a bunt right back to Lore. Lore fields it, throws to Lore at first. So credit a sac bunt. Credit a sac bunt with 1 away from the 9th place hitter as Thane
Now batting left fielder, number 1, Brett Rosso.
as Thane moves the runners up to second and third as the lineup turns over for the left fielder Brett Rosso. Rosso, 19 RBIs on the year. Ground out to first base his first time up and a walk his second time up. Here's the pitch from Lore, and home plate umpire Jason Venzen says he swung, went around, so strike 1. 2 gone here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Gales have got 1 across. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Gales. Aggies 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Here's Lore's 0-1 pitch. They're going to say foul ball. They're going to call that a foul ball on the check swing from Rosso. So 0-2, Lore jumps ahead, looking to escape the jam here in the 3rd. Lore comes set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. In there, strike 3. So Connor Lore able to get out of the jam with only 1 run across for the Gales.
The Gales had 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on base.
So an unearned run will be credited to Daniel Barraza as Jackson Thorson reached on an error by Jacob Thomas, came around the score to make it 4-2 Gales. And after issuing a walk to Austin Chauvin, Connor Lohr comes in, gives up an RBI single, then battles back and gets a looking strikeout, gets the sacrifice bunt and another looking strikeout to escape the damage and limit it for the Aggies. So 4-2, Gales lead after the top of the third. Aggies coming up, looking to answer back. Looking to put a blemish on Cameron Neff's record. Neff 4-0 on the year so far for the Gales.
Starting things off for the Aggies in the bottom of the third, the DH number 35, Cameron Olson.
First batter for the Aggies in the third will be the designated hitter Cameron Olson. RBI double his last time up as he goes first pitch swinging, fouls it straight back off the end of the bat. Olson doubled home Hooper in the top half, or excuse me, in the bottom half of the first, as the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike from Neff, little backdoor curveball, able to catch the corner of the plate. So Olson down 0-2 against the senior right-hander. Here's the 0-2 pitch, fastball high, ball 1. 1-2 is the count to Cameron Olson, the red shirt senior out of UCD, California. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball in the dirt, blocked by Thorson. Evens the count at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And first strikeout of the day for Cameron Neff. As Neff gets Olson to swing and miss at the curveball. Ryan Anderson will come to the plate now for the Aggies. The left fielder 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out to third his first time up. Here's the first pitch. Curveball catches the outside corner, says Jason Venzen. So Neff jumps ahead 0-1 on Anderson. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another curveball swung on and missed. Another low curveball that Anderson swings over the top of. So Neff jumps ahead again. Anderson in an 0-2 hole. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball high, swung on and hit towards the right side. And the ball got caught up in the wind. A little confusion on the right side of the infield. But it is second baseman Edward House able to corral it. And Anderson is retired. 2 gone here in the third.
Now batting the catcher, number 16, Ignacio Diaz.
So Ignacio Diaz comes to the plate looking to spark a little 2-out magic here for the Aggies in the bottom of the third. Diaz 1 for 1 on the day as he takes first pitch fastball in there for strike 1. Singled to left field his first time up. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball swung on and hit high towards the right side of the field. And it'll be the right fielder for the Gales, Joe Vranish, able to put that one away. So the Aggies go quietly here in the third.
In the bottom of the third, 0 across the board for the Aggies.
As Cameron Neff seems to have settled in that inning for the Gales, as he got another run across from his offense, was able to retire the Aggies in order 1, 2, 3, and after 3, Gales lead 4-2 here from Phil Swimley Field at Dobbins Stadium. Lohr looking to shut the Gales down and get the Aggie offense back.
Attention fans, the concession stand is now open, featuring hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, and other ballpark favorites. For your convenience, the concession stand is located just behind the press box.
So to start things off for the Gales here in the visiting half of the fourth inning will be the two-place hitter Edward House, the second baseman.
Now batting second baseman number 28, Edward House.
House is 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles to right field, one of them an RBI single in his second time up. Gales looking to tack on to their 4-2 lead here in the top half of the fourth inning. And they have just the meat of their lineup coming up too, 2-3-4, first time around facing Connor Lohr. Here's Lohr's first pitch. And it'll be hit hard right field as another single for House. Give him 3 singles on the day, 3 for 3 ball game. All 3 hits going to the right side of the field.
Now batting third baseman number 18, Zach Kirtley.
And that'll bring up the third place hitter, third baseman Zach Kirtley. Kirtley 0 for 0 on the ball game so far, 2 walks. As House is on first base. House, 2 stolen base attempts on the year, safe on one of those 2. Only 1 stolen base on the year. And Kirtley, first pitch swinging, pops this one up on the infield, high and into the wind. Van Blake calling for it, settles underneath it. And Van Blake puts it away for the first out. As Kirtley goes down on the first pitch. 1 away here in the fourth.
Now batting his designated hitter number 9, Kevin Milam.
Kevin Milam will come to the plate now for the Gales. 2-run single his first time up in the first inning. Gave the Gales their first 2 runs. Second time up, hit into a 5-3 double play that ended the threat in the top of the second. First pitch from Lohr, just missing on the outside corner, ball 1. So fastball from Lohr, just missing on the outside corner. 1-0 is the count to the cleanup hitter, Kevin Milam, freshman for the Gales. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled, straight back out of play. So the foul ball will even things at 1-1. Again, Kevin Milam, freshman infielder and also a right-handed pitcher in relief for the Gales out of Brentwood, California, Heritage High School. As he's facing Connor Lohr, 1-1 count, Gales lead 4-2. Here's the pitch from Lohr, and half-hearted swing from Kevin Milam as he could not hold up in time, and that'll move the count to 1-2 to the freshman cleanup hitter. As he steps out, gets back in the box, reestablishes himself. Lohr comes set 1-2. Here's the pitch, and it'll be I believe a changeup in the dirt for a ball. So ball 2. Diaz, good job blocking that one, keeping it in front, not allowing House to move from first. So 2-2 is the count. Here's the pitch from Lohr. Curveball swung on and hit high towards left field. Anderson settled underneath that one for the second out of the inning. Good pitch by Lohr, able to get Milam out front on the curveball.
Now batting catcher number 24, Jackson Thorson.
So a 2-away in the Gale half of the fourth inning. Now bring up the left-handed hitting catcher Jackson Thorson. Thorson flew out his first time up to center field and reached on an error his second time up. Came around to score in the third inning. First time facing Connor Lohr. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, chopped over the pitcher's mound, over Lohr's head. Briggs over, and Briggs will make the play and retire the Gales in the top of the fourth.
In the top of the fourth, the Gales had no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on.
Nice play by Cameron Briggs at the end of that inning. Able to get the high chopper over Connor Lohr's head. Came across, able to able to grab it and throw a strike to Laura to retire the Gales. And Connor Lohr
No, actually.
gets his first zero for the Gales. Excuse me, Connor Lohr throws up the first zero for the Aggie defense, as for the first time so far in the ballgame, the Gales held without a run in the inning, and the Aggies have a chance to cut into this 4-2 deficit against Cameron Neff.
Like all the ones up here are like 100 something. Like he has like a 140 or something. But he has like a 142 or something. So it's like not everybody grabs the program, and I have no idea what order they get handed out in.
Do it for the Aggies in the home half of the fourth inning will be the 6, 7, 8 hitter. Center fielder Alex Aguirre will lead it off, followed by Caleb Van Blake and Alejandro Lara, the first baseman. Cameron Neff made quick work of the meat of the Aggie lineup last inning as he struck out Cameron Olson, got Ryan Anderson to pop out, and a fly out from Ignacio Diaz as the Aggies went down in order. Aguirre looking to start a rally here in the fourth.
Things off for the Aggies in the bottom of the fourth. Center fielder, number 4, Alex Aguirre.
Aguirre 0 for 1 on the day. Tried to catch the defense napping in the first inning. Had a pop out to the catcher on a bunt. As the first pitch, Aguirre swung on and hit hard to left field, and the left fielder can't catch it off of his glove, and it'll bounce to the wall. So Aguirre will be on second base. They're going to give that a hit, as Alex Aguirre with the leadoff double.
Coming to bat, second baseman, number 6, Caleb Van Blake.
So Alex Aguirre with the leadoff double, as the left fielder for the Gales, Brett Rosso, running back for the fly ball, appeared to have had a beat on it, hit off his glove and bounced to the wall. So Van Blake now up for the Aggies, looking to try and get Aguirre in and cut into this deficit, as the first pitch from Cameron Neff misses low. Again, hot, windy day here in Davis, as the outfielders have a lot to contend with balls hit up in the air. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Van Blake, and that'll miss inside with the fastball. So 2-0 goes the count to the second baseman. Caleb Van Blake, sophomore from Benicia, California. And his 2-0 pitch is swung and fouled off the protective netting in front of the Aggie dugout. That'll move the count to 2-1 now. Here's a 2-1 pitch from Neff to Van Blake, and it'll be a fastball missing away. So 3-1. Van Blake in the driver's seat now. Ahead in the count 3-1 against the senior right-handed pitcher of the St. Mary's Gales. Here's the pitch, and Van Blake, big swing and miss on the fastball. That'll move the count full, as Van Blake potentially looking to tie the ball game right there. The big swing and miss. So I'll move the count to full. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Alex Aguirre's leadoff double placed him on second base to start. Neff checks on Aguirre. Here's the pitch, and Van Blake, check swing, no swing, says the third base umpire, Eric Martinez. So Van Blake draws the walk.
Now batting first baseman, number 18, Alejandro Lara.
Now bring up the first baseman, Alejandro Lara. Retired on one pitch his first time up with a fly ball to right field. As the St. Mary's Gales defense expecting bunt, corners are in. no way here in the fourth. First pitch to Laura in there with a fastball on the inside corner. Fastball from Neff has a little bit of a little arm side tail at the end of the pitch and was able to catch the inside corner against Laura. So Laura down 0-1. Laura will step out. Steps back in. 0-1 pitch from Neff on its way. Curveball in there for strike two. As Laura shakes his head as the curveball catches the inside corner, says home plate umpire Jason Venzen. So Laura down in the count 0-2. Runners on first and second for the Aggies. Aguirre on second, courtesy of a leadoff double. Van Blake drew a walk. And now Laura at the plate, down 0-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball missing well outside. So 1-2 is the count. Neff, check on Aguirre at second. Another check. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball just missing on the outside corner, taken for ball two. Evens the count at 2-2. To the freshman first baseman, Alejandro Lara, infielder from Fairfield, California, out of Vanden High School. Neff, peek over at Aguirre. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball swung on and will be dropped into left field for a hit. Aguirre's going to be held up at third. So with no outs, Coach Lloyd Acosta decides to leave the bases loaded, not risk it. On a good job by Alejandro Lara with 2 strikes. Kind of out front on the curveball.
Coming to bat, third baseman number 13, Cameron Briggs.
Lara fooled on the curveball, but able to get enough barrel on it and drop it in the left field. Left fielder Brett Rosso came chasing in, and now load the bases for Cameron Briggs. As the first pitch from Neff is a fastball missing well outside for ball one. Briggs, 8 RBIs on the year. 2 RBIs here would tie the game and give him an even 10 on the year. Briggs bunt single his first time up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball just missing on the inside corner. Briggs, a little bit of a flinch. Thorson asking for help, and the first base umpire Gary Frieder says no swing, so 2-0 goes the count. Cameron Briggs, a 9th place hitter for the Aggies, hitting .240 on the year. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Neff, and just missing on the outside corner, so ball 3. 3-0 goes the count. Bases loaded for the Aggies, trailing 4-2 here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Neff comes set. Here's his 3-0 pitch. It'll be a fastball in there on the outside corner, strike one. So Neff gets a strike in there to avoid walking in a run. Ryan Hooper in the top of the Aggie lineup wait in the on-deck circle. So Neff's 3-1 pitch will have to wait as time is called. Neff comes set. Here's this 3-1 pitch to Briggs, and it'll be fouled off into the St. Mary's dugout. So full count now. To the sophomore third baseman from the Aggies, Cameron Briggs, out of Sun Valley, California. Went to Burbank High School. So Neff battles back, works the count full to Briggs. Here's the full count offering, and it'll be a fastball high, and that will be a run as Cameron Briggs with the RBI walk Lead now 4-3.
Coming to the plate, right fielder number 8, Ryan Hooper.
So Hooper will come to the plate. Hooper 1 for 2 on the day. Singled his first time up. Gonna RBI ground out his second time up. And looking for a chance to tie the game. No outs here. Bases loaded in the fourth. As Hooper first pitch swinging fouls it straight back out of play. Hooper took a big rip at that one. But fouls it off. As Neff jumps ahead of Hooper 0-1. 3 runs, 7 hits for the Aggies, 1 error. As the bases are loaded, here's the 0-1 pitch, and Hooper is hit by it. It's a curveball, but home plate umpire Jason Venzen says you're going to stay right there. So, ball. So 1-1 is the count after Hooper is hit by the curveball. So 1-1, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. And fastball in there on the corner. 1-2. 1-2 is the count to Ryan Hooper. No outs, bases loaded for the Aggies. 1 run across as fastball misses inside it on Hooper. 2-2 is the count now. Again, Hooper able to get a RBI his first time up to give him 17 on the year. Would love to add to that total. Here in the bottom of the fourth, 1 runner ready cross off the Cameron Briggs walk and played a runner. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Hooper, and that'll be a ball in the dirt. Stopped by Thorson. So the count goes full now on Ryan Hooper. Still no outs here for the Aggies. And the bases are loaded. Here's the pitch. Curveball misses away, and we have a brand new ball game as the RBI walk, second in a row, ties the game at 4. And head coach Eric Valenzuela will make his way out to the mound, and that will be a pitching change for the Gales. So the new pitcher for the Gales is Andrew Hansen, the freshman right-handed pitcher from Roseville, California. Hansen, 0-1 record on the year, throwing in his 10th game, 8.25 ERA, 12 innings pitched, has given up 15 hits on the year, 11 earned runs, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. Opponents hit .294 against him. And he's looking to escape a huge jam here for the Gales. Aggies have the bases loaded, no outs, and have just tied the game courtesy of 2 bases loaded walks from Cameron Briggs and Ryan Hooper. So it'll be Alejandro Lara on third base for the Aggies, Briggs on second, Hooper at first, and coming to the plate Shortstop Jacob Thomas.
Now batting the shortstop number 15, Jacob Thomas.
Thomas 0 for 1 on the day. Sack bunt his first time up. Fly out to right field his second time up. Here's the first pitch, and it'll be a fastball inside. And throw to second base. It'll be fumbled. So fielder's choice RBI from Jacob Thomas. As second baseman Edward House.
Coming to bat the designated hitter number 35, Cameron Olson.
As the second baseman Edward House slipped it to the shortstop Connor Thane. Thane had trouble handling it, but Hooper well away from second base, unable to make it in time. So fielder's choice RBI brings Cameron Olson to the plate, and his first pitch to him will be swung on and skied high to center field, and that'll be caught in center field by Ryan Novus, and sac fly will bring home
At bat the left fielder number 23, Ryan Anderson.
So Cameron Olson's sac fly will bring home Cameron Briggs, and the Aggies now have a 6-4 lead courtesy of 4 runs in the inning. So 2 away now here in the 4th. Ryan Anderson comes to the plate. 0 for 2 on the day is Anderson. Ground out to third base and a pop out to the second baseman. Here's the first pitch to Anderson. Curveball in the dirt. It'll skip away, and that will allow Jacob Thomas to advance to second. So wild pitch. Credited to Andrew Hansen. As Jacob Thomas gets himself in the scoring position now for Ryan Anderson. Yeah, he's looking to keep piling on. 6-4 advantage now in favor of the Aggies. 1-0 pitch to Anderson's a ball missing inside. Two-0 pitch, gonna miss high for a ball. So 3-0 is the count from Hansen to Ryan Anderson. 4 across already in the inning for the Aggies. 6 runs on 7 hits so far in the ball game, and the Aggies looking for more as ball 4 gets away from the catcher and allows Jacob Thomas to advance to third base, and Anderson goes to first with the walk.
Coming to bat the catcher number 16, Ignacio Diaz.
So Ignacio Diaz looking to keep the 2 out rally going for the Aggies here in the 4th. Diaz 1 for 2 on the day. Singled to left his first time up. And fly out to the right field his second time up. Again, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Aggies lead the Gales now 6-4. Jacob Thomas on third, Ryan Anderson on first. Here's the pitch, and Hansen's first pitch is in there for a strike. Fastball at the letters. Ryan Anderson on first base. Attempted 8 stolen bases on the year, only successful 2 times. As Diaz steps out. Steps back into the box. Again, windy, hot day here at Dobbins Stadium. Phil Swimley Field. Here's Anderson's 0-1 pitch. And curveball in there for strike 2 at the knees. So Diaz in an 0-2 hole against Hansen. The 2 runs in the inning will be credited to Cameron Neff on the fielder's choice and the sac fly from Cameron Olson. Only runner Hansen's responsible for are the 2 on base, as fastball fouled off by Ignacio Diaz keeps the count 0-2. Anderson off on the pitch. Will retreat back to first base after the foul ball. We'll do the 0-2 pitch over as Hansen checks on the runner at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit through the left side. That's a single for Ignacio Diaz through the 5-6 hole. And that will plate Jacob Thomas. So RBI single for Ignacio Diaz. 5 runs across now for the Aggies. 7-4 is the lead.
Now batting the center fielder, number 4, Alex Aguirre.
So the Aggies have hit around now as Aguirre is the 9th man to come to plate this inning. He led off the entire inning with a double to left field that left fielder Brett Rosso tried to chase down but could not quite get to it, and the ball tipped off his glove. And the first pitch from Hansen in there for a strike. Aguirre later came around the score off Cameron Briggs's walk with the bases loaded. And is now back up again. Second pitch in there on the outside corner for a strike, so strike 2 now. And Aguirre down in an 0-2 hole to the freshman right-hander Andrew Hansen. Hansen checks on the runner at second. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and foul ball. No, foul ball popped up and lands foul. Fastball got way in on the hands of Alex Aguirre, hit that very low off the handle, but out of the reach of any of the fielders, as the closest one to it was Andrew Hansen. But Hansen unable to get to it in time, so foul ball. And we'll do it again, 0-2. Anderson on second base, Diaz on first for the Aggies. Here's Hansen's 0-2 to Aguirre. Another ball in on the hands of Aguirre. And Edward House will put that one away, as the curveball again got in on the hands of Alex Aguirre. And that will retire the Aggies here in the 4th, but the damage has been done.
In the bottom of the 4th, the Aggies had 5 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on.
5 runs across on the board in the bottom of the 4th for the Aggies, as Connor Lohr back out to work.
Attention fans, it is time to take a shot at the logo tops. We have Adam over on the UC Davis dugout. Adam has 3 shots to get the beanbags as close as he can on the target on the field. So Adam, if you get a bullseye, you will receive a free UC Davis water bottle. And if you just hit the target on the mat, you will receive a coupon for a free sandwich from Zia's Delicatessen.
So Connor Lohr back out on the mound for the Aggies. He will face the middle of the Gale lineup. Excuse me, the lower half. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Gales. Austin Chauvin, the first man he'll face in this inning, followed by Joe Vranish and Ryan Novis. Chauvin 0 for 0 on the game, 2 walks. His first at bat against Connor Lohr. Here we go, top half of the 5th inning underway. First pitch from Lohr, in there for a strike, strike 1. Second pitch, fastball just missing on the outside corner, maybe a little low also. So ball one from Connor Lohr to the first baseman, Austin Chavin. Sophomore redshirt sophomore out of San Ramon, California. 1-1 pitch, changeup in there for strike two. So Lohr in the driver's seat now, 1-2 goes the count against Austin Chavin. Joe Vranish, right fielder, waiting on deck. Chavin, 361 hitter on the year, playing in his 20th ball game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball well outside, gets past Diaz. Two-two is the count from Lohr to Chavin. Lohr comes out. Here's his 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled into the St. Mary Gales dugout. We'll do it again. 2-2. Here's the pitch from Lohr. This one swung on and fouled into the parking lot. So count will remain 2-2. We'll do it one more time. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Lohr. In there for strike three is the curveball. So another strikeout from Connor Lohr as he gets Chavin the strikeout looking. Third strikeout of the game. Third strikeout of the game from Connor Lohr, all three of the looking variety. As that brings to the plate right fielder Joe Vranish. 1 for 2 on the ball game. Fly out and an RBI single a second time up. Here's the first pitch. And that ball will miss low and away to Vranish. Vranish, the first man to face Connor Lohr in the ball game, had an RBI single. And since then, Lohr has been pretty good and settled in. Here's the chopper over to the third base side as Cameron Briggs keeps 2 feet in, but the ball was foul. As that moves the count to 1-1. Good heads-up play by Cameron Briggs trying to stay fair, but the ball was foul, so foul ball. As the count goes to 1-1 to the freshman right fielder. Here's Lohr's 1-1 pitch to Vranish. Curveball missing just high. Ball 2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit high towards the right side of the field. Looks to be playable. And Lara able to put that one away. So Vranish pops out to Lara on the infield. 2 gone here in the inning. And Ryan Novas, the center fielder, will come to the plate for the Gales. Never mind, there'll be a pinch hitter. That'll be number 30, Andrew Shablowski. Andrew Shablowski will be the pinch hitter. First pitch from Lohr is going to be fouled out of play to the right side into the Aggie bullpen. So 0-1. Here's the pitch to Shablowski from Lohr. And curveball in there for strike 2. So Lower in the driver's seat, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball chopped right back to Lower. Lower taking himself, throw over to Laura, and that will retire the Gales in order. 1-2-3. As Lower retires the pinch hitter, Andrew Shablowski. Zeros across the board.
In the top of the fifth, zeros across the board for the Gales.
Zeros across the board for the Gales in the fifth. As the Aggies coming up to the plate looking to add on more. 7-4, Aggies lead here in this midweek matchup between the St. Mary's Gales and the UC Davis Aggies. So switch on defense for the Gales. Pinch hitter Andrew Shablowski will stay in the game. He'll slide over to left field, switch places with Brett Rosso. So Rosso moves from left to center, and Shablowski comes into the game and will move to left field after pinch hitting for Ryan Novus in the top half of the fifth.
Starting things off for the Aggies in the bottom of the fifth. Second baseman, number 6, Caleb Van Blake.
Van Blake will be the first batter of the inning for the Aggies. 7-8-9 due up in the home half of the fifth inning. Here's the first pitch. It'll be a changeup in there for strike one. As Andrew Hansen is still on the mound for the Gales. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Van Blake.
One in center field, third
And
left.
ball chopped towards the right side of the field. House picks it up at second base. Throw over to Hansen covering. And a 4-1 putout.
Now defensively playing for the Gales, in center field, number 1, Brett Rosso. And then left field, number 30, Andrew Shablowski.
Coming to the plate for the Aggies now is the first baseman Andrew Lara. Lara 1 for 2 on the game. Flew out to right his first time up and a single to left field.
Now batting first baseman, number 18, Alejandro Lara.
First pitch to Lara is a fastball down in the dirt from Hansen. So 1-0 is the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and chopped to the left side of the field. This will be thrown over to first, and tagged out is Lara. Curtly, the third baseman, little sidearm flick over to first base, sailed a little wide of the bag, but Chauvin able to catch it and apply the tag.
And number 13, Cameron Briggs.
So 2 gone here for the Aggies in the fifth. 2 quick outs, I should say, after the 5-3 putout. Succeeded the 4-1 putout. Here's the pitch from Hansen. And this ball will be hit hard to right field, but foul by Cameron Briggs. Briggs 1 for 1 on the day. Bunt single, RBI walk his second time up. Aggies lead 7-4. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It'll be a curveball in the dirt and low. And it got through the legs of catcher Jackson Thorson. And skips over to the Aggie dugout. So ball 1 to Cameron Briggs, the Aggie third baseman, in the 9 hole. Leadoff hitter Ryan Hooper on deck for the Aggies. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped to shortstop. High chopper, quick throw over to first base, and will beat Briggs to the bag as Connor Thane played the hop and threw a strike over to. As Connor Thane took the high hop, waited for it, and threw a strike over to Austin Chauvin. So Aggies go quietly here in the fifth.
38, 46, 61, and 75. Have just won a gift certificate for a free sandwich
So Aggies and Gales trade zeros in the 5th inning. Connor Lohr back on the mound for another inning of work. Aggies leading 7-4, headed to the top half of the 6th inning. For the Gales, it will be the 9th-place hitter Connor Thane to lead things off before the lineup turns over to Brett Rosso and Edward House.
Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Connor Thane.
So Connor Thane, the sophomore shortstop from St. Francis High School in San Carlos, California, will lead things off for the Gales, trying to cut into this Aggie lead. Here's the first pitch from Lohr. Fastball missing low and away for ball 1. It's dug out by Ignacio Diaz. Top half of the 6th inning on a beautiful day here for baseball at Phil Swimley Field at Dobbin Stadium. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and hit towards center field, and that will drop in for a base hit. So Connor Thane with the cue shot off the end of the bat, able to deposit it into the outfield grass.
Now batting center fielder, number 1, Brett Rosso. Oh, that was for the first one. I think. Oh, nobody told me that you guys picked those. No, I just, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, how many people came to the first one? Oh, okay. Yeah, nobody told me that those were the numbers, so I just picked them. But,
Throw over to first
honestly, I don't
to
know.
check on Connor Thane over there.
Changing the numbers would make a difference, but yeah.
Nothing doing. And the lineup turns back over for Brett Rosso.
We did this once before, and she gave me the numbers, but then
Rosso 0 for 3, or excuse me, 0 for 2 on the day. Unassisted put out by the first baseman Andrew Lara the first inning. A walk and a strikeout looking last time against Lohr. Here's a single into right field, right past Lara. And Rosso gets his first hit of the ballgame as Gales have runners on first and second. No outs here in the 6th.
now batting second baseman number 28, Edward House.
And Edward House comes to the plate now. He is 3 for 3 in the ball game, 3 singles all to the right side, including an RBI single his second time up. So House looking to stay perfect on the day. Aggie catcher Ignacio Diaz calls out a bunt play to the infield. Aggie's expecting bunt, up 3 here with runners on first and second and no one out. And the 3-hitter Zach Kirtley lurking in the on-deck circle. Lohr comes set, peek over to second. Here's the pitch. And it'll be a fastball just missing on the inside corner for a ball. So 1-0 to Edward House, sophomore second baseman. Redshirt sophomore from Rancho Palos Verdes, California, out of Peninsula High School. Lohr comes set, peek over to second base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good changeup by Lohr. Able to get House to swing through that one. Connor Thane on second base for the Gales. Brett Rosso on first after his single through the right field side. As Diaz gives Lohr a bunch of signs. Lohr comes set. Quick peek over on Thanes at second. Another one. Here's the pitch. And it'll be a fastball low and in the dirt. Stopped by Diaz. So 2-1 goes the count. House moved his RBI total up to 31 after his RBI single a second time up. looking to keep adding to it with a runner in scoring position here in the 6th inning. Gales looking to claw back and cut into the Aggie lead. 7-4 Aggies lead. Gales 4 runs on 8 hits so far in the ball game. 2-1 pitch from Lore on its way. Swung on and hit towards the right side, but we land foul. So 2-2 is the count now to second baseman Edward House. Two count to Edward House. Connor Lore comes set. Here's the pitch. Curveball swung on and dropped into left center field. That will plate one runner as the throw goes to second base. So the Gales scratch across a run, and there are no outs, and the Gales starting for more as the lead's now 7-5 UC Davis here in the 6th inning. And Matt Vaughn will take a trip out to the mound. So a good pitch from Lore, able to fool Edward House a little bit, but didn't fool him enough as he still was able to put a lot of barrel on it and get the ball into left field and get another RBI single. So House 4 for 4 on the day. 4 singles, 2 RBI singles. And now runners are at the corners for the 3-hitter, Zach Kirtley.
Now batting third baseman number 18, Zach Kirtley.
Kirtley 0 for 1 on the game. Drawn 2 walks and popped out to Van Blake on the infield his last time up. Kirtley 31 RBIs on the year, 3 home runs, 425 slugging percentage on the year. Looking to try and erase more of this deficit as the first pitch from Lore is fouled off the protective netting off the right side, and Lore jumps ahead of Kirtley 0-1. Kirtley 281 hitter on the year, junior third baseman for the Gales out of Highland, California. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Lore. This ball swung on and hit high and deep to center field. Aguirre racing back for it, and this ball will hop off the wall. And it'll go down as a very long single for Zach Kirtley. Very long RBI single. As Aguirre looked to have a beat on it and got twisted around, the ball landed off the warning track and hit off the center field wall off the bounce. So 2 runs across for the Gales now as Matt Vaughn makes his second trip out to the mound and that will bring in a new pitcher for the Aggies as the Gales have crawled back into it. 7-6 is now the Aggie lead. Gales threatening for more with runners on first and second and a new pitcher coming in.
Now pitching for UC Davis, number 40, Chris Brown.
So Connor Lore's day is done. came in relief in the third inning, limiting the damage to 1 run. Did a good job in the fourth and the fifth, but has given up 2 runs this inning, and is responsible for the 2 runners left on base. So head coach Matt Vaughn will turn it over to sophomore left-hander out of College Park High School, Chris Brown. Brown comes into today's contest with an 8.35 ERA, 1-4 record, has appearing in his 16th game, has started 1 game, 18 1/3 innings, 27 hits, 17 earned runs. Opponents hit .342 against Brown, and Brown's looking to escape the damage here in the 6th, as the Gales have gotten 2 runs on the board and have no outs, looking to add more and hope to retake the lead.
Now batting designated hitter number 9, Kevin Milam.
So the first hitter Chris Brown will face will be the 4 hitter Kevin Milam, the designated hitter for the Gales. Milam got the first 2 RBIs of the game in the top half of the first inning with a 2-run single to right field. But other than that, he's hit into a double play and flew out to left field. And the first pitch from Brown's a changeup, and Milam takes a huge swing and miss as he goes down 0-1 to start. Runners on first and second for the Gales. No outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. Gales trailing by 1. Here's the pitch from Brown, and in there for strike 2 on Milam. So Milam down early to Chris Brown out of the pen. 0-2. Brown comes set. Quick peek at the runners. Here's the pitch. And swung on and missed. So Chris Brown comes out of the bullpen and does a job swinging strikeout against Kevin Milam. 1 away here in the 6th inning.
Now batting catcher number 24, Jackson Thorson.
So Jackson Thorson, the catcher, will come to the plate now for the Gales. Thorson, a left-handed hitting junior catcher out of San Jose, California, from Bellarmine High School. And Chris Brown is a ground ball away from a potential double play that could end the inning and stall the Gales offense here in the 6th, as the first pitch to Thorson is a strike in there. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Jackson Thorson, the only left-handed batter in the Gale lineup, faced Daniel Barraza earlier in the game, and now is facing another lefty in Chris Brown. And Brown jumps ahead 0-1, gets a sign from Diaz, comes set, check on the runners. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and curveball just flailed at by Thorson, swung and missed, strike 2. So Brown in the driver's seat now, 0-2. Thorson in a huge hole down against the lefty Chris Brown. Brown comes set. Here's his 0-2 pitch, and it'll be fouled off of the protective netting on the left side. So the count will hold at 0-2. Time taken. Brown and Thorson will reset themselves. Here's Brown, comes set, quick peek on the runners, 0-2 pitch on its way again. Pitch reached it and swung it over to the first base side, and a miscommunication between the two Aggies as Lara had the ball, thought Brown was going to keep covering. Brown stopped running thinking Lara was going to take the base and called it infield single.
Now batting first baseman number 25, Austin Chavez.
So infield single to load the bases for the Gales. That brings to the plate first baseman Austin Chauvin. Chauvin 0 for 1 on the day, 2 walks, and struck out looking his last time up against Connor Lohr. So a little defensive miscommunication. Loads the bases for the Gales. Here's Brown's pitch. Swung on, hit the short from Thomas to Van Blake, and over the first base to Lara for the 6-4-3 double play. And the Aggies get out of the jam.
In the top of the sixth, the Gales had 2 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on.
So Chris Brown comes in, does the job, and stops the bleeding as the Aggies, as the Gales get 2, but still trail 7-6 as the Aggies have the top of the lineup due up on the inning, looking for more. It'll be Hooper, Thomas, and Olsen to lead it off and get things going here in the top half of the home half of the 6th inning for the Aggies. Andrew Hansen still on the mound for the Gales as, again, Chris Brown able to get the double play he needed to escape and get out of the inning. Hansen will have his first go round at the top half of the Aggie lineup.
Starting things off for UC Davis in the bottom of the 6th inning, right fielder number 8, Ryan Hooper.
Hooper comes to the plate, extended his hitting streak to 10 games, longest for an Aggie on the year with a single in the first inning. Got an RBI ground out his second time up, and got an RBI on a bases loaded walk his last time up. Hooper's first time facing Hansen. Here's the first pitch. Hooper swings and fouls it off his foot. So Hansen jumps ahead 0-1 on the leadoff hitter for the Aggies. Hansen gets a sign. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Hooper on its way, and that will bounce in the left-handed batter's box for a ball. So 1-1 goes the count. Here's Hansen's 1-1 on its way to Hooper. Pitch up, but appeal down the first, and they'll say he went around. So first base umpire Gary Frieder says yes, he did, and 1-2 is the count on Ryan Hooper. Trying to get the Aggie offense going in the bottom of the 6th. 1-2 pitch on its way. Pitch swung on, hit high towards right field. Right fielder racing back and tracks it down. Does Joe Vranish in right field. Had a lot of distance to cover, but able to corral it for out number 1.
Coming to bat, the shortstop number 15, Jacob Thomas.
So that'll bring Jacob Thomas to the plate. Thomas is 0 for 2 on the game. Sack bunt his first time up. Followed that up with a fly out to right field. And then a fielder's choice that plated a run in the Aggie rally in the 4th. First pitch of Thomas is swung on, skied to center field. Rosso, the new center fielder, has a little trouble handling it, but is able to secure it for the second out of the inning. Rosso kind of got the Aggie rally started in the fourth inning when Aguirre's fly ball hit deep to left field was unable to be caught, which led to the 5 runs that the Aggies used to go ahead and get to where things stand now at 7-6. Here's Cameron Olson. First pitch from Hansen is low and in the dirt. Olson had an RBI double to plate Hooper his first time up in the first. Struck out his next time up and had a sac fly his last time up. Second pitch to the AB is in there for a strike at the knees. So Olson 2 RBIs on the day, giving him 19 on the year. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back off of the cinder block backstop. So 1-2 goes the count to Cameron Olson. Again, the redshirt senior out of Yuba City, California, River Valley High School. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And ball in the dirt, stopped by Thorson. They'll even things up at 2-2. 2 gone here in the home half of the 6th inning. 7 runs on 8 hits, 1 error for the Aggies. 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Gales. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Hansen. Swung on and popped up high on the infield. The pitcher goes back, and Andrew Hansen will take it himself as he was able to run a fastball in on the hands of Cameron Olson. So nothing doing for the Aggies in the home half of the 6th. We go to the 7th. Aggies leading 7-6. The bottom half of the Gale lineup will get things going, as there'll be Vranish, Shablowski, and Thane to get things going for the Gales. Chris Brown will stay on the mound. No other defensive changes for the Aggies. Everything else will stay the same. Things hold the way they are. Connor Lohr will be credited with the win. Cameron Neff will suffer the loss his first of the year. But plenty of ball game left as we still have 9 outs to go each side. With the Gales looking to tie the game back up and regain the lead they had early in the ball game until the Aggies put across 5 in the 4th. So Chris Brown's throwing his share of warm-up pitches. He's ready to go as play is about to resume here in the 7th inning.
Now batting right fielder number 42, Joe Vranish.
Joe Vranish, the right fielder, will lead things off for the Gales. Vranish 1 for 2 on the ball game. Flew out to center field his first time up. RBI single through the 5-6 hole his second time up. And a pop out to Alejandro Lara on the infield his last time up. Excuse me, first pitch fouled off towards the Gale dugout. That'll move to count to 0-1. Second pitch from Chris Brown on its way. Fastball high. Yes, he did, says Gary Frieders. Looked as if Joe Vranish held up his swing, but Gary Frieder says otherwise. And 0-2 goes the count as Chris Brown's in the driver's seat over Vranish. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and they'll run in and hit him. And home plate umpire Jason Venson says, no, 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 stay right there. So it'll be a ball. Second batter we've seen in this game get hit by a pitch and be told not to go to first base. The other was Ryan Hooper for the Aggies. So 1-2 goes the count now to Vranish, leading off for the Gales here in the 7th. Here's the 1-2 pitch on its way. Foul ball hit off the tail end of the St. Mary's dugout. So things will hold at 1-2. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Brown on its way, and that one will hit him again, and this time he is awarded first base as the curveball from Brown ran in and got Joe Vranish. So hit by pitch to start the seventh inning for the Gales. And Matt Vaughn will make a trip back out to the mound. And I believe there will be a pitching change. Yes, indeed. A pitching change for Matt Vaughn, his fifth pitcher of the ball game, entering the game one. It'll be sophomore right-hander Blake Hanna, the right-hand pitcher out of Vacaville, California, and Vacaville High School.
Now on the mound for UC Davis, number 27, Blake Hanna.
Hanna comes into today's matchup with a 1.74 ERA and a 1-0 record, pitching in his seventh ball game. He's thrown 10 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts on the year. Opponents hit 200 against the sophomore right-hander. As Matt Vaughn's been getting his steps in today. I believe that is 6 mound visits so far in the game and 5 pitching changes. So Blake Hanna will now be in charge of holding the Gale offense and preserving the Aggie lead. Looking to try and get it. To redshirt junior closer Zach Stone. So 7-6, Aggies leading. Joe Vranish will be the runner on first base after the hit by pitch. Andrew Shablowski will be the hitter for the Gales.
Now batting left fielder, number 30, Andrew Shablowski.
Shablowski pinch hit for Novus. Earlier in the ballgame, Shablowski 0 for 1 on the game, grounded out to Connor Lohr. Here's the first pitch from Hanna on its way. Fastball in there on the outside corner for a strike, so Blake Hanna comes out of the bullpen and gets ahead, strike 1. No outs here in the top half of the 7th inning. A 1 pitch on its way, fastball low, dug out by Diaz. So count goes to 1-1. Thrower to first. Nothing doing. As Vranish gets back in safely. Vranish 5 stolen base attempts on the year, 3 stolen bases credited to his name. Another throw over. And same result. Nothing going on, just a big cloud of dust. Here's a pitch swung on and chopped over Cameron Briggs at third base. As Andrew Shablowski gets his first hit of the ball game with a chopper over the head of Cameron Briggs. So that'll put runners at first and second for the Gales. None away here in the top half of the seventh inning.
Now batting shortstop number 6, Connor Thane.
So the ninth place hitter Connor Thane coming to the plate, and you have to be thinking the Gales are going to be bunting here, down one late in the ball game. As Andrew Lara moves in on the bunt defense, Cameron Briggs playing even with the base. 12 hits now on the board for the Gales. They trail the Aggies 7-6 here in the top half of the seventh inning. Hannah will step off, look the runner back. Thane, the shortstop, 2 for 2 on the game. 2 singles, and here he does show a bunt. Fastball misses low. As I was saying, Connor Thane 2 for 2, 2 singles to center field, and a sacrifice bunt his second time up. And after showing bunt and taking a ball there, looks like he will most likely be bunting again here in the seventh. Gales chasing one. Hannah looks. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bunt shown. Bunt got down the third baseline. Gonna be a tough play by Hannah. And ball thrown over the first. Scooped by Lara, but first base umpire Gary Frieder says Lara was pulled off the bag. So a sacrifice bunt and a throwing error by Blake Hannah, and that will load the bases here as Matt Vaughn again calling to the bullpen as Blake Hannah's afternoon is over as fast as it started. 6th pitcher of the game for the Aggies, 7th mound visit for Matt Vaughn as he now turns the game over to his redshirt junior closer out of Eureka, California, Zach Stone. So Zach Stone will take over now here in the 7th. Stone, the redshirt junior, slid into the Friday night starting position last season before being sidelined the entire year with an injury. Finds himself back this year in the closing role, and Matt Vaughn's leaning on him to get the Aggies out of the jam and preserve the victory. Stone features a fastball in the mid to upper 90s. Upper 80s, settling into the low 90s with a very good hard-breaking curveball. As a sophomore, Stone tied the single-season Aggie record for saves in a year. Again, before being upgraded to Friday night starter his junior year before being sidelined with an injury. The first batter to face Stone will be the top of the lineup for the Gales, center fielder Brett Rosso will be the first to face him. Rosso so far on the game, 1 for 3. Singled his last time up, struck out, drew a walk, grounded out to first base.
Once again, now batting center fielder number 1, Brett Rosso.
So Rosso, the junior center fielder, will step to the plate now for the Gales, looking to tie it up or do more damage. against Zach Stone out of the Aggie pen. 7th Aggie pitcher so far. 6th Aggie pitcher so far, excuse me. Here in the top of the 7th, first pitch from Stone is a fastball missing high to Rosso, ball 1. Bases loaded, no one out here in the top half of the 7th inning. Andrew Laura in the infield cutout on the right side. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Fastball by Zach Stone. Swung on and missed by Brett Rosso. Evens things at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Stone. Fastball missing high, ball 2. So Stone falling behind. 2-1 is the count to the junior center fielder, Brett Rosso. None away here in the top of the 7th. Rosso looking to tie the game up for the Gales here on the road. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off out of play on the right side. So that'll even things at 2-2. Here's Stone's 2-2 on the way. Ball swung on, hit hard to center field. A gear will set underneath it. Runner tags from third. Runners at first and second will hold. And that will tie the game here for the Gales as Brett Rosso's sac fly to center field brings home Ranish as we are tied at 7 here in the top half of the 7th inning. Second baseman Edward House coming to the plate now, looking to stay perfect on the day. House 4 for 4 with 4 singles, 2 RBIs on the day. Dropped one into left field his last time up that got a run in, and looking to tally on and stay perfect, go 5 for 5 on the game. Stone comes set. Here's the first pitch. Fastball inside, catches the inside corner for a strike, so strike 1. As Stone jumps ahead 0-1. Stone would love to get a ground ball here and get out of the inning with a double play. Not allow House to keep his hot hitting alive here in the 7th. Stone checks on the runner on second, and time will be called. Stone will step off. Van Blake broke over. Looked to be a pickoff move, but then Stone just stood and watched, and House called for time. So reset things. 0-1, runners on first and second for the Gales, 1 away. Here's the pitch from Stone. Chops to shortstop. Thomas has it, 6, 4, 3, and Stone gets the ground ball almost on cue and retires House and the Gales, and we have a new ball game again going to the bottom of the 7th. All tied at 7.
In the top of the 7th, the Gales had 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on. Attention fans, it's time to stand up, stretch, and take me out to the ball game for the 7th inning stretch.
So at the 7th inning stretch, we are tied at 7 between the Gales and the Aggies here in a midweek matchup on a hot and windy Tuesday afternoon on the campus of the University of California, Davis at Phil Swimley Field at Dobbins Stadium. The visiting Gales got a run across in the 7th to tie it up. The Aggies have their 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up here in the 7th, looking to regain the lead against Andrew Hansen and the St. Mary's Gales. Anderson will be the first batter of the inning. Anderson 0 for 2 on the game, a ground out, an infield pop-up, and a walk his last time up.
Starting things off for the Aggies in the bottom of the 7th, left fielder number 23, Ryan Anderson.
First pitch from Anderson's a strike on the outside corner as Hansen jumps ahead 0-1 over the sophomore left fielder. Here's the second pitch. Swung on and hit hard to third base, stabbed by the third baseman, and throw over to first by Kirtley in time for out number 1. Good play over there at the hot corner by the St. Mary Gale third baseman as Anderson's retired. So Diaz will come to the plate now for the Aggies with one away here in the home half of the 7th inning. Diaz 2 for 3 on the ballgame, 2 singles, 1 RBI, as the first pitch from Hansen's inside for a ball. So 1-0 is the count to the senior catcher, excuse me. Here's the pitch from Diaz, fouled off hard down the left field line. That'll even things at 1-1. One pitch, curveball in there for strike 2. So Diaz down 1-2 to Andrew Hansen. One away here in the 7th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and hit high towards left field. And that one will be caught in left field by Andrew Shablowski, who came into the game in the 5th inning.
Now batting the center fielder number 4, Alex Aguirre.
So Diaz with the fly out to center. That'll bring up Alex Aguirre. Aguirre 1 for 3 on the ball game. A double to left field that hit off the glove of a racing Brett Rosso. Also along with 2 infield pop-ups. Aguirre looking to get some 2-out magic going for the Aggies here in the home half of the 7th inning. And first pitch will be swung on and fouled off down the third base side. So Williams again will jump ahead 0-1 on the junior center fielder for the Aggies. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball with some late action on it in there for strike 2. So Aguirre down quickly in an 0-2 hole. Here's the 0-2 pitch on its way from Hansen. And it'll be in the dirt for a ball. Jackson Thorson tried his best to block it, hit off his shoulder, skipped off the umpire. So move the count to 1-2 now to Alex Aguirre. Aguirre steps back into the box. Here's the 1-2 pitch on its way. Fastball on the outside corner misses. Ball 2. Evens things at 2-2. 2-2 pitch misses inside for a ball. So that'll move the count to full. As Aguirre started down 0-2, able to work the count back full. Here's the full count offering on its way. Swung on and missed. Hansen pulls the string on Aguirre, and Aguirre swings through a changeup.
In the bottom of the seventh, zeros across the board for the Aggies.
Hansen has retired the last 10 in a row, as the Aggies have been held at bay at 7 runs since the 4th inning. So Zach Stone looking to go back to work and shut down the Gales again in the top half of the 8th inning. Still tied at 7. Leading it off for the Gales will be the heavy hitters. Leading it off will be the 3-place hitter, third baseman Zach Kirtley, followed by Kevin Milam and Jackson Thorson. 7 runs on 12 hits for the Gales, no errors. 7 runs on 8 hits for the Aggies, 2 errors. Currently the first batter that Stone will face here in the 8th inning. 1 for 2 on the ball game. Single, RBI single to center field his last time up. Also has 2 walks on the game and an infield pop-up to the second baseman, Caleb Van Blake.
Now batting third baseman number 18, Zach Kirtley.
Kirtley slugged 3 home runs on the year. That's 31 RBIs. Looking to get the Gale offense going here in the 8th. Here's the first pitch from Stone on its way. Fastball just missing on the inside corner. As Kirtley started to swing, held up well in time. So ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch on its way from Stone. Swung on, fouled straight back. Good rip at it by Kirtley, as the count evens at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch on its way. Fastball missing high and inside, ball 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch on its way from Stone. Fastball missing high, ball 3. So 3-1 is the count to the third baseman, Zach Kirtley. Kirtley's played and started in 43 games on the year. Looking to get anything going for the Gales here in the top half of the 8th. 3-1 pitch on its way. Fastball misses high again. So leadoff walk by Zach Stone. And not what you want if you're an Aggie.
Now batting the DH number 9, Kevin Milam.
A lot of Aggies ready taking the mound today. As Kevin Milam, the designated hitter, comes to the plate. Milam had the 2-run single in the first inning. Since then, grounded into a double play, flew out to left field and struck out. Stone comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And fastball missing just low for a ball. So count goes to 1-0. Stone's 1-0 pitch on its way. And fastball missing on the outside corner, ball 2. So leadoff walk. And Stone starts off Milam 2-0. Milam again, the freshman designated hitter, leads the team in hitting. Look to see if he gets turned loose 2-0. Here's the pitch. It's fouled off, out of play, off to the right side. So yes, indeed, Milam was green lighted 2-0, but unable to get all of it and fouls it off out of play to move the count to 2-1 now. Stone's 2-1 pitch on its way. Runners on the move. Pitch swung on and hit high and deep towards center field. Aguirre racing back and able to corral this one right on the warning track as Milan put a charge into that one, but not enough as the ball is raced down by Aguirre. 1 away here in the inning. So the catcher, Jackson Thorson, will step to the plate now for St. Mary's. 1 away here in the top half of the 8th inning. Kirtley's walk to lead off the inning has him on first base. Kirtley, not much of a threat to run. 2 stolen base attempts two stolen bases on 3 attempts on the year. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, and the ball will get away from Diaz. As did not make contact with the ball. Diaz must have lost the flight of the ball on the swing. And that will move Kirtley over to second base. So now 0-1 is the count. Runner advances a second on the pass ball. Stone checks on Kirtley at second. Here's his 0-1 pitch, and will get in on the hands of Thorson, and Van Blake will run out into the shallow outfield and corral that for out number 2. So a 2-way, that'll bring the first baseman Austin Chauvin to the plate. Chauvin 0 for 2 on the day. 2 walks, a strikeout, and grounded into a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play as last time up to end the 6th inning. Kirtley on second base after a leadoff walk, advancing on a pass ball. Here's the pitch. Curveball in there, strike 1. Chauvin hitting .361 on the year coming into today's contest. Stone checking on Kirtley at second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and hit out towards center field. Aguirre racing back. Aguirre can't track it down over his head, and that will plate 1 as Austin Chauvin is in there with a 2-out double and an RBI. That will plate Zach Kirtley, and the Gales regain the lead 8-7 here in the 8th inning.
Now batting right fielder number 42, Joe Vranish.
Joe Vranish comes to the plate now with the runner on second base. Vranish 1 for 3 on the ball game. RBI single his second time up, hit by a pitch his last time up. As the Gales regain the lead here in the 8th inning, 8-7. Here's Stone's first pitch, swung on and hit right back in the middle. Stone able to get a glove on it and throws a strike over to first base to Lara to retire the Gales here in the 8th, but damage has been done. Damage has been done as the Gales regain the lead here in the 8th inning on a 2-out double by Austin Chauvin. So the bottom third of the lineup coming up to hit for the Aggies. Van Blake, Lara, and Briggs looking at something going against Andrew Hansen. Hansen has retired the last 10 he's faced, going all the way back to the 5th inning. Excuse me, going back to the 4th inning when he came in relief after that 5-run outburst from the Aggies. So Van Blake looking to get the Aggie offense going here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Aggies trailing by 1. Here's Williams' first pitch to Van Blake. And fastball missing inside, ball 1. Here's the second pitch, 1-0, swung on and fouled off onto the soccer field. And Hansen will draw back even 1-1. One pitch on its way. Van Blake swings and hits a high fly ball out to center field. Orasso comes running in and is able to secure that one for the first out of the 8th inning.
Coming to bat, first baseman number 18, Alejandro Lara.
So Van Blake goes down, make it 11 in a row for Andrew Hansen. As Lara now coming to the plate, looking to get something going for the Aggie offense with 5 outs remaining. First pitch from Hansen's changeup in there at the knee, strike 1. Oh, one pitch on its way. Lara shows bunt and tries to get a base hit bunt down, but it'll land well foul. So that'll move the count to 0-2. Lara trying to catch the third baseman currently over there napping, but a little too much angle on the bat head and the ball lands well foul. So now Lara in a big 0-2 hole. Here's the 0-2 pitch on its way. Ball hit towards the right side. First baseman can't catch it. And that one is scored as an error on the first baseman. First baseman Austin Chauvin, who just gave the Gales a lead, had the ball hit right off his glove and skipped into the outfield. So with one away and Lara reaching first base on the error.
Pinch hitting for UC Davis, number 25, Mark Cardinale.
That will bring a pinch hitter to the plate. Mark Cardinale will be the pinch hitter. Senior outfielder from San Jose, California, St. Francis High School, will come in for Cameron Briggs. Cardinale hitting 190 on the year. Started 21 games on the year. Takes first pitch curveball in there for a strike. Cardinale 15 hits on the year, 6 RBIs, 289 on base percentage. Here's the 0-1 pitch on its way. Fastball at the knees on the outside corner in there for strike 2. Again, Lara not a threat to run over that first base. No stolen base attempts on the year. As Cardinale's in a hole 0-2. Here's the pitch from Williams, fouled off to the right side by Cardinale. So 0-2, the count will stay. Quick check over by Hansen. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and we dropped into right field for a one-out bloop single. And Cardinale comes in off the bench and does the job, gets a single, and they'll put runners at first and second for the top of the lineup as Ryan Hooper comes to the plate now, looking to try and tie things back up for the Aggies here in the home half of the 8th inning. And the Gales will have a meeting of the minds on the mound between the infielders. And the little mound meeting will be broken up. And it seems there'll be a pinch runner.
Pinch running for UC Davis, number 28, Brad Leschko.
So Brad Plushkell will come in as a pinch runner for Laura, as now head coach Eric Valenzuela will make a trip out to the mound to meet with his infield. So Cardinale comes in the pinch hit for Briggs. Gets the job done with a bloop single to right field. Lara reaches on the air so Van Blake starts the game with a fly out. Lara reaches on an air, and Cardinale with the pinch hit single. Plushkell comes in to run for Lara. So the thinking is that on defense for the Aggies, Plushkell and Cardinale will simply switch positions, as Cardinale will move from Briggs' position at third base across the diamond to first, and Plushkell will take over at third. New pitcher coming in for the Gales after the mound visit. The new pitcher will be sophomore left-hand pitcher Ty Madrigal. Sophomore from Elk Grove, California, out of Elk Grove High School. He'll face the top of the Aggie lineup when Ryan Hooper comes to the plate. Madrigal, the sophomore right-hander out of Elk Grove, comes into today's contest with an ERA of 5.04, a 4-3 record. So Garrett Kelly will be pinch running at first base for Mark Cardinale. Hooper will be the batter at the plate, and Ty Madrigal, the new pitcher, in for St. Mary's. Madrigal checks on the runner second. Here's his first pitch. Fastball missing just inside to Hooper. Hooper was hit by a pitch earlier in the game, but umpire ruled he leaned into it and was told to stay in the batter's box. Hooper 1 for 3 on the game, 2 RBIs. Flew out to right his last time up. Time will be called as Madrigal checks on Plushkell over at second base. So Plushkell on second, Garrett Kelly, the new runner, at first. So new runners on the bases for the Aggies. Hooper at the top of the Aggie lineup, looming as Hooper's ahead in the count 1-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball missing inside again. 2-0 to Hooper. As Hooper now in the driver's seat against the sophomore left-hander. Here's the pitch. Another fastball missing well inside from Madrigal. So 3-0 goes the count to the leadoff man for the Aggies, Ryan Hooper. As Madrigal's missed with 3 pitches in the same spot 3 times. And Hooper will more than likely not be swinging at this pitch 3-0. Here's the pitch. And Madrigal gets this one across, strike 1. So 3-1 is the count to Hooper. Hooper still in the driver's seat. Madrigal comes set. Check over on Pleshgale at second. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and hit through the 5-6 hole. Pleshgale will be wheeled around. Pleshgale coming home. And Pleshgale will slide in safely at the plate. So Ryan Hooper does his job. RBI is single to left field. And again, a new ball game here in the 8th inning. As with 1 out, the Aggies have runners on first and second, still threatening for more. Jacob Thomas coming to the plate now, looking to add to it.
Coming to bat, the shortstop, number 15, Jacob Thomas.
Thomas 0 for 3 on the day. Sacrifice bunt his first time up. A fly out, a fielder's choice, RBI, and a fly out to center. Here's Madrigal's first pitch on its way. This ball's hit to right field, and it'll drop in for a hit. Kelly being wheeled around. Hooper will go to third, and Kelly will score, and the Aggies regain the lead here late in the 8th inning. As the two Aggies come, as Hooper and Thomas come to the plate and do their job against the sophomore left-hander Ty Madrigal. And the Aggies have the lead now 9-8. Here with 1 out in the 8th inning. And Cameron Olson, the designated hitter, looking to pile on and add some more insurance runs for the Aggies.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 35, Cameron Olson.
First pitch in there for Madrigal is a strike on Olson. First lefty Cam Olson has faced on the day. As Olson's down the count 0-1. Here's Madrigal's 0-1 pitch on its way. Olson swings and fouls this one off the left side onto the Aggie soccer field. So 0-2 goes the count. Here's the pitch. Curveball swung on and fouled off again to the left side, so things will hold at 0-2. Runners at the corners for the Aggies, one way. Thomas on first, Hooper on third. Olson at the plate, down 0-2 in the count to Ty Madrigal. Aggies just regained the lead with 2 runs here in the 8th inning. Now lead 9-8. Here's the pitch from Madrigal, swung on and missed by Olson. Olson's second strikeout of the day as he goes down swinging. And 2 away for the Ags here in the 8th inning. Ryan Anderson will come to the plate.
At bat, left fielder, number 23, Brian Anderson.
Anderson 0 for 3 on the day. 2 groundouts to third and a pop out to second base. Also has drawn 1 walk on the game. Anderson looking to get Hooper in for an insurance run here for the Aggies in the 8th inning. Fastball gets away from the catcher, Thorson, and Hooper gets in. Unearned run gives the Aggies an insurance run, so 10-8. As Hooper comes around to score on the wild pitch. So the Aggies leads now extended to 10-8. So Thomas moves to second on the wild pitch. Here's Anderson will swing and will sky this one out towards center field. It could be trouble, and it is as it drops, and Thomas comes around to score. Shortstop Connor Thane ran a long way all the way out to center field and was unable to corral the ball. Brett Rosso playing very deep, unable to come in and converge on it either. So, bloop single for Ryan Anderson gives the Aggies 3 runs in the inning. 4 runs across here in the 8th inning for the Aggies. 3-run lead, 11-8. Here as Ignacio Diaz comes to the plate. Diaz 2 for 4 in the ball game. As first pitch he sees, he swings and hits it hard to right field, and that will drop in as well. So Diaz with the single to right field. And that will advance Ryan Anderson all the way to third base. And Alex Aguirre will come up looking to add more insurance runs on the board.
Center fielder, number 4, Alex Aguirre.
Aguirre 1 for 4 in the ball game. Struck out his last time up, had the leadoff double in the 4th inning that led to the 5-run inning and gave the Aggies the lead. Here's the first pitch from Madrigal in there for strike 1. Madrigal's pitch low and in the dirt, and that will be a delay steal by Ignacio Diaz as he caught Jackson Thorson napping, and Diaz advances to second base. So runners on second and third, 2 away here in the home half of the 8th inning. 4 runs across for the Aggies. Ty Madrigal's 1-1 pitch is going to miss well outside, so 2-1 goes the count to Alex Aguirre, the Aggie center fielder. Aguirre with a chance to break this one wide open here in the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. Aguirre swings and hits this one high towards the right center field gap. Rosso over, and Rosso secures that one. So Aguirre is retired.
In the bottom of the 8th, the Aggies had 4 runs on 5 hits. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on.
So the damage is done from the Aggies. As the Aggies take a 3-run lead. So a lot of changes for the Aggies. Garrett Kelly and Brad Plushkell both remain in the game. So a lot of changes for the Aggies, as I was saying. Garrett Kelly stays in the game in center field. Brad Plushkell will stay in the game and go to third base. Ryan Anderson will move from left field to first base. And Alex Aguirre will move from center field to left field. And Matt Vaughn using one more pitcher. As Blake Peters in to shut it down for the Aggies here in the ninth with a 3-run lead, 11-8. He'll face the bottom two of the order before the lineup turns over. Andrew Shabloski will lead it off for the Gales here, looking to scratch across 3 and end this game to make the Aggies come and hit in the bottom of the ninth inning. Peters' first pitch in there for a strike, and Peters gets ahead 0-1. Again, 8-9-1 due up for the Gales here in the top half of the ninth inning. Peters comes set. Here's the second pitch, and that one will miss wide outside to the right-handed batter, Andrew Shabloski. So count evens at 1-1. Here's the second pitch on its way. It'll be chopped over the head of Brad Bleschkel and single to left field for Andrew Shabloski. So his second chopped single. So now batting. Now batting for the Gales will be the ninth place hitter Connor Thane, the shortstop. Thane 2 for 2 on the game. 2 singles and 2 sacrifice bunts. Reached on a throwing error on one of the sacrifice bunts. Peters' first pitch is high. The ball 1-0. Second pitch of the at-bat's in there for a strike. So that'll even things at 1-1. Shabloski, the runner on first. No stolen base attempts on the year. Here's Peters' second pitch on its way, the 1-1. It'll be swung on and chopped to third. Plushkell retreats. Quick throw over to second base, and not in time, as Shabloski was on the move and was able to beat out the throw. So that'll bring the top of the lineup up for the Gales. As Rosso comes up, representing the tying run here with no outs in the top of the ninth inning. As the Gales have runners on first and second, no outs against Blake Peters here in the ninth inning. Final 3 outs of the game. And first pitch, ball in the dirt, as Peters falls behind 1-0 to the leadoff man and the center fielder. Here's Peters' 1-0 pitch on its way, and that will be swung on and fouled off into the parking lot. So 1-1 goes the count to Rosso. Here's the 1-1 pitch on its way from Blake Peters. Peters checks on the runner at second. Checks on Shabloski again. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit hard to the right side. Now will get through. And the runners will be held up as Hooper throws it in to Anderson. And now the Gales threatening here. Bases loaded. No one out here in the top of the ninth against Blake Peters. (11-8), the Aggies lead. appears there will be a pinch hitter for the Gales and another mound visit by Matt Vaughn. Oh, I thought that was 23. Never mind. No pinch hitter.
Now batting second baseman number 28, Edward House.
Before that batter.
Good luck.
Back to the action here at Dobbins Stadium as a pass ball has pushed across a run for the Gales here in the top of the ninth. 11-9, UC Davis leading it. 1-0 pitch now to House is popped up on the infield to the left side. Thomas coming in on the infield. Grass makes the catch, and there's one away. Runner still on second and third for St. Mary's with Kirtley at the plate.
Now batting third baseman number 18, Zach Kirtley.
Kirtley today 1 for 2. He has walked 3 times and scored twice. He also drove home a run in the 6th inning with a single to center field. 11-9, UC Davis leading it. 1 away here in the top of the ninth. Runners at second and third for the Gales. Peters gets the sign from Diaz. Comes set. And the first pitch to Kirtley. It misses outside for a ball, 1-0. The Aggies taking the lead with a 4-run 8th inning after the Gales had retired 12 consecutive batters, dating back to the 5-run 4th inning that gave the Aggies their first lead of the day. Peters looks in, gets a sign from Diaz. And the 1-0 pitch on its way from Kirtley. Catches the inside corner for a strike. He evens the count at 1 apiece. The Aggies with a run in the first, 1 in the second, 5 in the 4th, and 4 in the 8th. As they lead it by 2 here in the 9th, the Gales have scored in every inning except the 4th and the 5th. Peters ready. Checks the runner. The 1-1 pitch on its way. Bounce to the left side. Plushkell will glove it. Looks the runner. Fires over to first and gets the out. That'll be enough to score a run as Thane comes home for St. Mary's, and Rosso moves over to third on the 5-3 putout. So an RBI for Kirtley. And there's 2 away here in the 9th. But the tying run is just 90 feet away over at third base in the form of Rosso. And Kevin Milam to the plate, the leading hitter and the cleanup man for the Gales. 11-10, UC Davis looking to hold on to it here in the 9th and snap a 4-game losing streak. Milam, right-handed hitter against Peters. 2 away. And the first pitch from Peters is a little looper out to second. Van Blake charges it and gloves it, and he will make the catch to end the game. So the Aggies do hold on for the 11-10 victory here at Phil Swimley Field for the Gales in the ninth. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. The final totals, the Gales 10 runs on 15 hits and 1 error. For UC Davis, 11 runs on 13 hits and 2 errors. The Aggies improving to 13 and 23 overall on the year with the win. St. Mary's falling to 28 and 16. The Aggies winning for the first time against the Gales this season after 2 previous losses. The first one in the season opener in Vegas, and the second one earlier this season here at Dobbins Stadium. The winning pitcher in today's game, Matt Stone. Pardon me, Zach Stone. He improves to 4-2 overall. The save will be credited to Blake Peters. That'll be his first. Andrew Hansen will suffer the loss for St. Mary's. UC Davis back in action this weekend. They will head down to the Central Coast for a 3-game Big West Conference Series against Santa Barbara, May 5th through the 7th. Game times 3 p.m., 2 p.m., and 1 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, respectively. We'd like to thank everybody for joining us here today at Dobbins Stadium. Once again, your final score, UC Davis hanging on to defeat St. Mary's 11-10. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and we hope to see you out here at Dobbins soon. Good night, everybody, from Davis.